Shruti Kapila, a final word on that, because there will be those who will say, look, there were Hindus also who were killed, Hindu rioters also killed by the police in firing. A fact that the documentary doesn't seem to spend enough time on. There will be those who will nitpick on a particular individual being given a space on it who's seen as anti-Modi. Given all that, do you believe that this documentary is a fair representation? Should it be seen as journalism of the highest order, or should it be seen as the Modi government seems to see it as propaganda?
Let me just say, what marks this documentary out is that it is precisely authoritative. It is authoritative because it has come on the state broadcaster based on an official government report, as opposed to, as it were, civil society action or even indeed human rights actions, on which, as you say, this kind of material has been circulating in the world for 20 years. Secondly, if India really thinks it is a robust liberal democracy, it should show and act in that manner. At this point, it doesn't look like that, because debate, dissension, and actually critical debate over controversial issues is really the touchstone of a true democracy. In banning it, I think it degrades both the Prime Minister's office, his own personal reputation as a world leader, Vishwaguru, but also India's reputation at a time which is an important time in world affairs, as the shape of the world is shifting, and India needs to sort of think about where its, as it were, political ideals and international, as it were, commitments lie, in what sort of principles it wants to stand behind.
Okay,
so quite apart from the details of the, of who did what to whom when, those are matters of India's politics, which indeed, as you and others have pointed out, are debated, and people, of course, vote on them periodically. But this is actually really shows India's weakness, and actually it costs India, as well as the Prime Minister, his reputation.
One more time, Mr. Sajjanhar. Governments usually that are seen to be authoritarian and autocratic are the ones that resort to censorship bans. Governments that are seen to be open are willing to take criticism on the cheek and willing, do you agree with Shruti Kapila, in a year that we have the G20 presidency, do we really need all of this? Do we really need to? We could have ignored the documentary, allowed it to go ahead.
First of all, I don't agree with Shruti Kapila at all. Second is, I don't think fine, as I mentioned, as far as the image and profile is concerned, that's important, but it's also important to maintain law and order in the country. And we have seen how motivated misreporting on certain issues in the recent past has led to communal violence and communal tension in the country. This also, in government's view, had the potential of doing that. And that is why the government has taken this particular decision.
Quick response to what you heard, Mr. Farasat, that this could have led to a law and order. This could have led to a law and order situation.
Yeah, I think public order and law and order is the most touted, excuse. I'm not just saying about this issue, but generally. But the good thing is that never ever, whenever these movies are banned, and the court uplifts them in many cases, when the movies are shown, there's never a law and order issue actually. So this is a description, like you said, Rajiv, we have seen this. Why do we